Howdy and welcome back to Hills and Hollers. Today, we're diving into a topic that's as practical as it is steeped in tradition: elderberry syrup. This is one of those time-honored remedies that connects us to generations past while offering something truly useful in the here and now. Elderberry syrup isn't just a trendy product from a health food store shelf. It's a craft, a tradition, and a symbol of self-reliance. For centuries, elderberries have been used to make tonics, teas, and syrups that support immune health. And the best part? You don't need a fancy setup or exotic ingredients to make it. You just need a few basics, some time, and a bit of patience. By the end of this video, you'll not only know how to make elderberry syrup, but you'll also understand why this age-old remedy has stood the test of time. So grab a seat, maybe a cup of tea, and let's dive into the wonderful world of elderberries. Elderberries come from the elder tree, a plant that's been a staple of natural medicine for thousands of years. You'll find elder trees across North America, Europe, and other parts of the world. Here in Appalachia, they're often tucked along fence rows or at the edges of fields. They're dark clusters of berries ripening in late summer and early fall. Now, elderberries might be tiny, but they're mighty. They're packed with vitamin C, antioxidants, and flavonoids, which are compounds that help protect cells from damage and support the immune system. In fact, modern research backs up what folks have known for generations. Elderberries can help reduce the duration and severity of colds and flu. But here's the thing: elderberries need to be cooked before they're safe to consume. Raw elderberries contain compounds that can cause stomach upset, or, in large quantities, more serious symptoms. Cooking breaks these compounds down, transforming the berries into a safe and nutrient-rich ingredient. There's also a bit of folklore surrounding elder trees. In some cultures, they were thought to offer protection from evil spirits and bad luck. Folks believed that cutting down an elder tree without permission from the elder mother could bring misfortune. Whether or not you believe in the magic of elder trees, one thing is certain: their berries are a gift, and knowing how to use them connects us to an ancient tradition. Harvesting elderberries is a special kind of joy, one that brings you outside, working with nature. Elderberries ripen in late summer to early fall, and when they're ready, the berries will be a deep, almost black-purple color. If you're harvesting wild elderberries, make sure to properly identify the plant. Elderberries grow in umbrella-like clusters on small shrubs or trees, and their berries hang in drooping bunches when ripe. When harvesting, always leave behind any green or unripe berries. Not only are they unsafe to eat, but leaving some berries ensures the plant can continue its life cycle, feeding wildlife and producing future harvests. Use a pair of scissors or garden shears to snip off the clusters, collecting them into a basket or bucket. Now comes the fiddly part, separating the berries from the stems. Elderberries are small and cling tightly to their stems, so this step can be a little time-consuming. But here's a trick: freeze the clusters for a couple of hours. Once they're frozen, the berries pop off the stems with just a gentle rub or a swipe with a fork. It's a simple hack that makes the job much easier and saves you from sticky fingers. If you don't have access to fresh elderberries, don't worry. Dried elderberries work just as well for syrup making, and they're widely available online and in health food stores. They're a great alternative for folks who don't have elder trees growing nearby. With your elderberries ready, let's talk about the other ingredients and tools you'll need to make elderberry syrup. This recipe is beautifully simple, but each ingredient plays an important role. First, you'll need 2 cups of elderberries, either fresh or dried. These form the foundation of your syrup, providing both the flavor and the health benefits. Next, you'll need 4 cups of water to extract the goodness from the berries as they simmer. Water may seem simple, but it's the key to unlocking all the beneficial compounds in the elderberries. Now let's add the flavor and the extra health kick. You'll need a cinnamon stick, which brings warmth and supports circulation, 3 to 4 whole cloves, tiny but packed with antioxidants, and about an inch of fresh ginger, peeled and sliced, for a spicy, invigorating note. Finally, there's the honey. Raw honey is a natural sweetener and preservative, and it also has antibacterial and soothing properties. You'll want 1 to 2 cups, depending on your taste preference. The honey gives your syrup a beautiful, glossy texture and helps it last for months in the refrigerator. As for tools, you'll need a large pot to simmer everything, a wooden spoon for stirring, a fine mesh strainer or cheesecloth for separating the solids from the liquid, and glass jars or bottles for storing your finished syrup. If you're planning to share your syrup as gifts, small bottles make it easy to divide into portions. Now we're getting into the heart of the process, cooking the syrup. Start by placing your elderberries in a large pot and pouring in 4 cups of water. Turn the heat to medium and bring the mixture to a boil. As the water heats, add your cinnamon stick, cloves, and fresh ginger. These spices don't just add flavor, they bring their own health benefits to the table, making your syrup even more powerful. Once the mixture reaches a boil, reduce the heat to a simmer. Let it bubble gently for about 45 minutes to an hour. During this time, the elderberries will release their juices, and the water will take on a rich, deep purple color. The liquid will also reduce by about half, concentrating the flavors and nutrients. While the syrup is simmering, your kitchen is going to smell incredible. The spicy warmth of cinnamon and ginger combined with the earthy sweetness of elderberries creates an aroma that's both comforting and energizing. It's one of those moments where you realize that the process of making something is just as rewarding as the finished product. Stir the mixture occasionally to prevent anything from sticking to the bottom of the pot, and keep an eye on it as it reduces. This is a great time to pause, take a deep breath, and appreciate the simple joy of creating something with your own 2 hands. Once your elderberry mixture has finished simmering, it's time to strain out the solids. This step is all about turning that rich purple liquid into a smooth, glossy syrup. Place a fine mesh strainer or a piece of cheesecloth over a large bowl and carefully pour the mixture through. Take your time with this step. Use the back of a wooden spoon to press down on the solids, squeezing out every last drop of liquid. The elderberries, cinnamon stick, cloves, and ginger have done their job, and now it's time for them to step aside and let the syrup shine. Straining can be a bit messy. Elderberry juice is potent and can stain, so it's a good idea to wear an apron or work over a surface you can clean easily. Once you've finished straining, you'll be left with a bowl of deep, velvety liquid that's packed with flavor and nutrients. It's a beautiful sight, and it's the culmination of all your efforts so far. Now it's time to sweeten the deal, literally. Raw honey is a key ingredient in elderberry syrup, not just for its sweetness, but for its natural health benefits. Honey is a natural antibacterial, soothes sore throats, and acts as a preservative, giving your syrup a longer shelf life. But here's an important tip. Let your elderberry liquid cool slightly before adding the honey. If it's too hot, it can destroy some of the honey's beneficial enzymes. Once it's cool enough to touch but still warm, stir in 1 to 2 cups of raw honey, depending on your taste preference. As you stir, the honey will dissolve into the liquid, creating a glossy, perfectly balanced syrup. With your syrup ready, it's time to store it. Pour the finished syrup into sterilized glass jars or bottles, leaving a little room at the top. Seal them tightly and store them in the refrigerator. Thanks to the honey, your syrup will keep for several months. Plenty of time to get you through cold and flu season. If you've made a big batch and want to make it last even longer, you can freeze portions of the syrup. Pour it into ice cube trays, freeze until solid, and transfer the cubes to a freezer-safe bag. This way, you can thaw just what you need without worrying about wasting any. So how do you use your elderberry syrup? Traditionally, it's taken by the spoonful, 1 a day to support your immune system, or every few hours if you're feeling under the weather. It's a simple, effective way to keep your body strong during the colder months. But elderberry syrup isn't just medicinal, it's also a versatile kitchen ingredient. Stir it into your tea for a tangy, sweet boost. Drizzle it over pancakes or waffles, or even mix it into cocktails for a seasonal twist. However you use it, you'll be adding a little bit of nature's magic to your day. And there you have it, elderberry syrup, from berry to bottle. It's a simple process, but one that connects us to the traditions of self-sufficiency and natural wellness. Whether you're making it for your health, to share with loved ones, or just because you enjoy the process, elderberry syrup is a little reminder of what we can create when we work with nature. Thank you for spending this time with me on Hills and Hollers. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who might love learning about elderberries. And if you've got your own elderberry syrup tips or stories, I'd love to hear them in the comments. Until next time, take care and keep those traditions alive.